Hello, everybody. Hi, my dear darling ones. This is Jane Lee again, and I'm here to talk about books and writing and stuff like that. Poetry, books, writing, everything I can think of. Okay, first, I'm peddling my book, The Red Bitch's Revenge. It's out now. Came out 17th of November, so 18th of November, so it's doing good. What I wanted to talk about a little bit today is about research. Research for your book. It's really kind of important that you get a lot of the little details right. This is a bit of a review I got. So it was kind of a long review, but this was right up at the top of the review. And he said, I can tell one of two things. Either you traveled a lot, seen a lot, and really lived, or you did a lot of research for this book. Your knowledge of art, martial arts, even the geographical locations are spot on. That's really kind of funny. But yes, I have traveled a lot. I've been to over 60 countries, every state in the Union. At one time, I've owned houses in 7 different states. Not all at the same time, but just moving around to different places, and I've lived in the United States in 9 different states. A lot of different places, but 9 different states. So, forgot one. Had houses in 8 states and lived in 9. Okay, because I forgot. I'm living here in Columbus, Ohio, so I forgot to add that one into the group. So that's 8. Anyway. So I have traveled a lot. I've lived a lot. My knowledge of geographical locations is pretty good because I've traveled all over and did a lot of sightseeing and just being around people and being around things that you see when you're traveling. It's just so much fun. Really big part of my life. But when you're working on the book, there's lots of things that you don't know that you need to know, that I had no idea about, so you do research. Okay, now when I'm writing a book, I have a folder. This one's really in bad shape because it's on the book I'm working on, and it has each chapter and details on each chapter as I work on it. It's just information, so I don't have to go back and look into different chapters to find things. Because the books tend to get long. I mean, Red Bitch's Revenge is like 46 chapters. So going back to look for something that happened a while ago is a little difficult. But when it came to, on this one, on the new one, on Angel the Assassin, this one here, I had to know more about rifles than I had ever thought I would have to know about rifles. Okay, I own a few, and just in case anybody wants to come and try and rob me, I own a few rifles, and I've hunted before in my life, and some experience shooting, but not that much, not enough to be an assassin. So what I did was I started doing my research. Okay, so this is just on different types of rifles that are used by snipers, and it has everything in here about them. It's the name of the gun, name of the rifle, how far it shoots, how fast the bullets go, all that's what kind of bullets you can have, whether you can have incendiary and what they look like, their color, or incendiary and explosive, or you can have bullets that are armor piercing, but not for every rifle. You have to know which rifle you're putting those rounds in. So that was a lot of research, just a few days just researching all that out. And it's not just that one. There's another page on it. And here's some more stuff on the back. So it's just a lot of stuff that you have to put together just to do that sort of stuff. Now, about martial arts. Know nothing about that. But, again, I did my homework. And I found out that there were just 10 types of martial arts. And in each type of martial arts, there is, it has a specialty. It does a special thing. And you do it a special way, a different way. They're all different. All of these 10 different types of martial arts, they're all different. So I went through and I studied all 10 different types of martial arts. And you don't see it in Red Bitch's Revenge, which is all about martial arts and swords and things like that. You don't see it in there because when I wrote it, I put a lot of that detail that I learned about martial arts in the first 5 chapters. Those were the deals about martial art. I took the first 5 chapters of the book out. They were good for me. I needed to understand those things, but you didn't have to read all that shit. So I took those out, and they're not in there, but they're in my head. And I know the different types of martial arts. And if I were asked to do something, I could probably show you 1 or 2 moves, but that's not an automatic reaction with me. So that what would happen is you'd knock me upside the head before I got my move it together and got it out. So I'm not a martial arts expert at all. That's basically what I want to talk about today. What I was going to talk about for this session was research and doing the research. And yes, I've really lived a lot. I've been a lot of places. I've done a lot of things. As far as art goes, I've studied art, worked on my master's program in art. I'm an artist and a painter, and I understand those sort of things about art. So that sort of covers the areas that he was talking about in his review, was that A, I traveled a lot, B, I understand art from doing it, and C, martial arts I read about and learned. And for the new book, it's about rifles, so sniper rifles particularly. So that's what I've learned. So that was basically what I wanted to talk about today. Was about doing your research. And so when you write your books, be sure and sit down and do your research when you're working on them, or what part of it is that's going to be, so that you can put something together that when somebody who actually knows what you're writing about can't come back and say, you got that all wrong. So you don't want that to happen. You want it to have it right. So, Jane's Adventures in Storyland. Again, it's long, but it's easy to remember. www.janesadventuresinstoryland.com. Please give my site a look up, because on that you'll find all kinds of information about my writing life, and that's just little things that either bothered me or took time or whatever, and that's in there. And then there's poems and short stories and things like that. So you can always check those out for the poems and short stories. Thank you very much again. You all be safe. Keep your distance. Everybody's staying away from me, which is not unusual. A lot of people do that anyway. And, look for something fun to do. If there's only 2 of you, play checkers. If there's more than 2, play Monopoly. You'll have fun. So enjoy it and have fun, and try and make the best out of the situation as you can. Take it easy now. Love you all. Take it easy. Bye now.